Welcome to the Raider Talks game recap. I'm your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. Man, that game was fun. Raiders win 30-6 against the New York Giants.
Yes.
Giants, obviously, not the greatest team. They struggled in this football game. But the Raiders, it don't matter. This is a game the Raiders typically lose, or it's a close game, 1-2, but the Raiders come out and dominate. Coach Antonio Pierce, in his first start as a Raider head coach, gets a win. That was awesome. That was a great game.
That was awesome. That was fun to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Raiders football. We haven't seen this in the last 25 games, and to come out right from the start, get them off the field, come in, score points, and keep on scoring, pure domination, just like you said. Today was really fun.
That was, extremely fun. You could just feel the atmosphere through the TV at Allegiant Stadium. The players just having fun out there, playing the game they love. It was more free. It was just a great game. Offensive play calling was really good in this game, Nick.
No, it was, and there wasn't really nothing to complain about or scratch your head about. It was great. At one time and late in the game, we were on third downs. We were 50%. And then the average to go was like 3.2. That's something that me and you wanted. Let's get out of these 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, 3rd and long situations. And we did. We were moving the ball. In the first quarter, second quarter, it seemed like we were never seeing third down. We were just going first down, chunk play, boom. Or second down, chunk play, first down. It was great. It ran really smoothly. Nothing to complain about on the offense side of the ball.
Yeah, the Bo Hardegree offensive play calling was beautiful, creative, and there was a lot of even we ran a lot today. Our running has been struggling, but just more creative run plays. Setting up Jacobs way better, giving him extra lead blockers. Jacoby Myers led block. Devontae led block. Obviously, the tight ends led block. A lot of good lead blocking today. People putting their body on the line for the game. Josh Jacobs stretching his arms to get that touchdown. Just a lot of effort, high effort plays in games where the last 2 weeks our effort's been really bad on the field. But today, a new life, new coach, and the effort was there. Yeah. And that's ultimately what wins a ball game. Well, not every time, but effort's a big deal in winning a football game.
No, you're exactly right. Today, just the effort. And I told you, this guy was going to come in and it's a burst of energy. If we're not going to get wins, or at least we're just going to get a burst of energy. And, that led to something today. Everybody played for one another, played for AP, and just the effort. Like you said, Jacobs on the goal line, to get the extra yard, him rushing, and it was really great.
Yeah, it was excellent. Aiden O'Connell, 16 for 25, 209 yards, and I thought he controlled the game really well in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, the run game helped him a lot. Some great throws out of him. He really didn't have to do too much. He just had to throw, 209 yards, and that was it. And looked good doing it.
And it was huge not to turn over the football.
No mistakes, no anything. And that's all we wanted. These past 8 weeks. Just take care of the football. No one could take care of the football. Today, he took care of the football. Didn't have to do much. And, he didn't throw for a touchdown, but those 30 points were all on him, too.
Yeah, and you really saw the adjustments from the Charger game for Aiden. When there was lots of pressure, because there still was pressure today. Aiden would get rid of the ball quicker, or he threw the ball on the ground quickly. So his sense of urgency was way better in this football game, and you could tell he learned from his mistakes in that Charger game.
And what impressed me, too? There was some where he was getting pressured, and he was throwing balls right on the money to get the first downs. Or I know Devontae dropped one. I think Jacoby dropped one. But on third down, getting pressured, he was throwing them right on the money. That's something that we've been asking for.
Something we haven't seen.
Something we
really haven't seen. And Aiden O'Connell as a quarterback today is something I don't think we've seen from a Raider quarterback in a long time.
Yeah.
Just on third downs, making that clutch throw, like it seemed like every time, controlling the game. He was changing plays.
You heard him a lot,
He was doing a lot of audibles, and he was really controlling the game and made this team his own, something he probably couldn't do under Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, exactly. You heard him changing stuff at the line. You heard his voice a lot and doing a lot of great things, a lot of right things. And for your second start, and for the week that we just had, with the whole turnover thing, to come here, not turn over the ball, play good, and and get everybody involved. That was really great.
Yeah, 26 carries for Josh Jacobs, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns, a breakout game for him a little bit. Josh McDaniels is gone, and his running, his effort just seemed a little higher, more intensity, and the offensive line did create some holes for him today.
Yeah, he ran really well. In his first, 3 or 4 carries, you knew what kind of day he was going to have. And that was the Josh Jacobs of old, where you knew at 3 or 4 carries, he's at 20-something yards, 2 big runs, running over people, he's going to have a day. And I said on the pregame show, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 100 yards and a touchdown or 2. And he had it until that last run, but he looked really well today and making great decisions, making moves, finding the holes that were created for him. Yeah, he had a really great game.
And there was a big creative play where it looked like we were going to run with Jacobs, but we gave the ball to Jacoby Myers where he rushed for 17 yards, and that's the creativity that we've been asking for from this Raider offense, something that has not been delivered until today.
Something different. Something, and there would be a time or two in a game or whatever where that would be Trey Tucker's play.
Yeah.
But to sit there and do that with Jacoby, that's something that we've been asking for, of just let's try something different. Let's not just do the old school here Jacobs, or here let's just pass it to Devontae. Let's get all these guys involved and let's be creative, and that's what we were today.
Nick, what have we really been asking for? What's one wide receiver been asking for to give him the ball?
Trey Tucker.
And what did he do? Led the team in yards. He 2 receptions for 52 yards, along of 50, and you give him the ball, good things are going to happen.
Yeah. And that was a bomb. That longest play of the year for us.
Yep.
And it was beautiful. Beautiful throw by O'Connell. And then, for him to lay out like that, get the catch, hold it in. Like you said, no matter if it's a run play, no matter if we're just throwing at him or we get pass interference or just something, we get the big play. We get chunk yards with Trey Tucker. And, you got to go to him at least more than 3 times. Now, I hate to be greedy, but yeah, no, he had a good catch today.
And some of these fast guys I like is DeAndre Carter also. You give him that one reception, he gets 15 yards on that screenplay.
He took off.
And he took off. That's beautiful. Using those guys, utilizing those fast guys, because this is what the Raiders are known for, utilizing the fast guys. And we did today, and that's a big reason why we won this football game. Devontae Adams didn't have the greatest game, but I thought he made some timely catches in this football game.
He helped AOC out. And I the most important thing for me was, you looked at him, he was having fun. At one point, he didn't have no targets, no catches. It was late. It was kind of in the second quarter. Something big had just happened, and you looked at him. He was just doing one of these and just excited. And in games past, if there was no targets, no anything, and, you sit here, we throw a pick or we do something, and he just throwing his helmet or, just mad. Today, it didn't seem, he probably could have got no targets for no receptions, and he would have been happy with this 30-6 score. And I just think the whole locker room just came out, burst in energy, and it was good. It's not a bad environment no more, and everyone's going out playing freely and having fun.
Yeah, when we win like this, 30-6, Devontae ain't going to complain, but especially when Devontae is a reason why this offense is scoring 30, even if we don't throw him the ball, utilizing the double, triple coverage that they're using against Devontae and finding the open man is what Devontae at least wants, at the very least. And Aiden was able to do that today and find the guys, and that's the thing that was beautiful. Hunter Renfrow, Nick, 2 receptions for 17 yards, nearly had a touchdown on one.
Yeah.
There was another play later in the game where he was open if we have a little better pass protection, but a come-out game a little bit for Hunter Renfrow. We got everyone going there. Absolutely everybody.
And, I mean, and it wasn't garbage yards or anything. He came out, and he was lined up in the first quarter, and he was much involved. It had 2 great catches, 2 timely catches, what we needed, and just like you said, could have scored a touchdown. It looks like he's going to be a big part of this going forward.
Let's talk about this Raider defense. What a beautiful game from this Raider defense. Total of 8 sacks on the day. Max Crosby led that group with 3. Max Crosby was an animal today, Nick.
Yeah, he was all over the place, and it was just like I said. He's an animal. He's crazy, and I think it didn't help that DeVito put his elbow in his throat and said, "All right, I'm coming after you now." Max Crosby, he needed a big game, and he always has big games.
Yep.
But on the stat sheet, put up a big number, and he did that today. 3 sacks. One hell of a game out of Max Crosby.
And we had 2 interceptions today, Amik Robertson and Nate Hobbs. Meeks was beautiful. Hobbs was beautiful as well. Marcus Peters has something to do with both those picks.
Yeah.
Making plays.
That's all we need. And let's go back to Amik. Amik had a really great game today. Whether if it was getting the ball out, tackling, big hits, he got the pick and got 40 yards after that pick. Amik had a really great game today.
Since that game where he sealed it, I believe against Pittsburgh, right?
Green
Bay. Amik has been struggling. Amik really has been struggling, and today he came out and played with Amik I really like. He has a lot of talent, a lot of potential. He's a playmaker, and that's what I love about Amik. And hopefully he can keep that going because he's a guy we could really utilize. A guy that was on the bench to start the year, and now an everyday starter, and everyone's healthy.
Yeah, like I said, and he can come in and help in a good way, and he did that today. Great game, Amik Robertson.
Yeah, this Raider defense just as a whole, flying around, tackling. I think there was only that one drive where...
Just one drive, yeah.
That one drive where you're like, dang it, I wish we wouldn't have gave up points. But can't be that greedy, right? Can't be that greedy.
Selfishly, I did. I wanted... Let's put up a 0. You know, let's go and beat these guys 30-0 and talk about defense, just shutting them out, you know, and they just had one good drive. I'm gonna call it a good drive. They went down, scored. We stopped them going for 2. You know, it was good. You know, you just gave up 6 points. I don't care what their offensive rank or whatever. As a defense, you just gave up 6 points. And yeah, you didn't let Barkley go over 100. I mean, there was times where he was kind of running all over us. You didn't let him go over 100. 8 sacks, couple turnovers. Like I said, we're going to win the turnover battle 2-0. Just a really great day out of this D.
Antonio Pierce gets his first win as a NFL head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. That was beautiful. Raiders smoking cigars after the game in the locker room, getting after it. Getting active a little bit.
That locker room looks, and I saw that video and everything. That it's rejuvenated. It looks new. They look happy, and I think that's something that maybe this locker room hasn't been. A bad environment, toxic environment. You know, before the game, we heard that Thursday before Detroit. They had the meeting, and everybody was after McDaniels, and McDaniels went after AP. You know, and I just think that it was just a bad environment. Get that out of there. You know, we got that burst of energy out of Coach AP, and and it showed today. 30-6 on both sides of the ball. It looked good.
Mark Davis celebrating in the locker room as well. Mark Davis before the game greeting Antonio Pierce. Great job by Mark Davis to make this move. It looks great right now. Got to get a win next week, though, Nick. Got to get a win next week. And we talked about it. These 4 games, you got the Giants, Jets, Dolphins, and then Chiefs. You got to win 3 out of these 4. You got to win 2 against the New York teams, and you got to steal 1 from the Dolphins or the Chiefs. Most likely the Chiefs. You got to win all your games at home.
Yeah.
So this Raider team's on the right track after winning this football game. The Antonio Pierce, which has started in Las Vegas, is now 1-0.
The thing is, we just got to build off of this. We got our win, okay, but we're not satisfied. You know, we're still a losing football team. We're 4-5. Let's get back to 500 next week. We got a great defense coming in the Jets. Offense is struggling, yeah, but let's hold their offense. Let's score some points, and it should be another game like this where we can sit there and win. But yeah, this is a good stretch going forward. We need to go back to 500, and then that Raider Chief one will be a good one.
Nick, our offensive and defensive player of the games heading into this game. Our defensive player of the game, yours was Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Mine was Marcus Peters. I thought Max Crosby got the player of the game today, obviously.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. He, like I said, he was just a beast. The 3 sacks, what he was doing. I think he could have got maybe 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
He was close. At the end of the game, he was close to at least the 4th one.
100%.
But I think he could have got a couple more. He played really well today.
Mine was Marcus Peters, and I thought he had a pretty good game as well. Playmaker. Wasn't obviously the player of the game, but all this defense really played great, so it was tough to win that award, especially when it's got like Crosby.
I think you can give him just to everybody. I mean, nobody really messed up. Nobody really anything. You know, like it's just said, you know, they had one series of going down and scoring. They only got 6 points out of it, and that was it. You know, this defense played really well today.
So you win the defensive side, but I win the offensive side, Nick. You picked Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I picked Aiden O'Connell. The real offensive player of the game was Josh Jacobs, in my opinion. But I thought AOC played absolutely excellent, and he's a top 2 guy candidate for the offensive player of the game.
Exactly. Didn't turn the ball over. Did all the right things. Made some great throws. Managed this game perfectly. We couldn't ask for anything less. Then AOC to come in and do his thing.
Beautiful, beautiful game. I predicted the Raiders were going to score 31 in this game. I predicted they were going to win 21. Glad the defense did not even make it close to that, and I'm glad the offense got to the 30 mark and got to 21 at halftime.
Yeah.
Scored more at half than we did all of season in a whole game.
And that was the greatest thing to see is when they put up the yardage at half. All of our stats, the yardage, the points, everything. That almost matched our season total for 4 quarters in a game. You know, so we're capable. We got the talent. We got the pieces to be a 30-point offense.
Yep.
You know, and it didn't click. And I don't know what it was, or if it was just getting out of McDaniels or the quarterback change or what. We put up 30 today and looked good doing it.
And now AP's got a full week to train these guys, a full week of Aiden O'Connell and Bo Hardegree getting after it, talking about plays, and him really making a stamp on this playbook. So we should expect more. We should expect more next week.
I think so. I think we're not playing our best football yet. It's going to come, and it's got to come soon. We got some real teams coming in here. We got the Dolphins, the Chiefs a couple times. You know, we play the Chargers again. We got to go out and stack some of these wins together if we want to go do something. Yeah,
we've had 3 wins this year so far heading into this game, and not once did I think this Raider team looked capable of being a playoff team. But today they showed it. They showed they have the talent. They showed they have the coaching. The coaching was really well today. They showed a lot of good signs of being a playoff type of team. And they look like a playoff team today, Nick. They really did.
And I'm going to say this. And I'm
not trying to go overboard.
And I know and I'm going to go off of that. I know we played the Giants. And I know, you know, we played their third stringer because Tyrod Taylor's got hurt too. So, you know, and their third stringer. But good teams beat teams like that. You know, teams put up a whole bunch of points and then not allow them, or put up zeros, put up sixes, you know, let them put up a 6. I'm not saying we're a good team or a great team. We could be that. It showed us. They gave us a little glimpse of that today. And this is what we're supposed to do with what we're given.
Yeah, 100%. Not saying we're a playoff team yet. Not saying we're contenders yet. But today, we played like a playoff football team. Yeah. That's what a playoff football team does. They beat a team that bad in the NFL. It don't matter who it is in the NFL. If you win that significantly, it's a great win. And that's a win where you're like, okay, this ball club is pretty good. But now we got to keep it moving forward, playing the Jets on prime time, Nick.
Yeah.
Sunday night football.
All eyes
are
on us.
Good, and they're playing good football also.
Yeah. All eyes are on us. You know, once again, glad that we're going into a primetime game feeling good, looking good. Got to have a great week of practice, and it's Jets next week.
Raiders 3-1 at home. They can't lose another home game.
No, they can't. No.
Got to win them all. Got to win them all at home. We'll see you guys for a mid-week episode. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about this new regime that has come in with Antonio Pierce, Champ Kelly, Bo Hardegree, and talk maybe more about this football game, more about what we saw. There's a lot to talk about that we're probably going to get in throughout the week.
And who knows, more stuff might come about the old regime. You know, it seems like day by day, well, they did this or they did this or a meeting here. By the end of the season, we should have a pretty big story about this.
It's a great day to be a Raiders fan. It's a great week ahead of us if you're a Raiders fan. Ah, man, what a beautiful win. Raider Nation is going to sleep well tonight.
Yes, finally. We do the show. We're happy. We're cool. Week's not ruined. Sundays are not ruined.
Even after the wins we've had, we're still pissed off.
We're still questioning it. We're still questioning it. No, it feels good. And I think after the first game, the Denver game, but I think this is the second time this season where after a game we feel good, we feel happy, and then we could just talk about it in a positive note instead of, man, we need the coach fired, or we need to do this, or we need to get this involved. Played great today. We can't complain.
We'll see you guys next time. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.